What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another late night, another epic. Today we're going to be watching something quite out of, the realm of what we've been watching. We're going all the way back. And I'm extremely, sort of embarrassed to say I've never watched a single one of this man's films. And just about everybody probably already has watched one or two. We're going to be watching The Kid, directed by none other than Charlie Chaplin. I know of him, I know of his reputation, I don't know why, I have never seen any of his films. I know this is directed by him, so that is quite, that will be kind of interesting to see how he stars and directs in his own film. But I'm very excited to see a silent film. This would be, quite the different experience, but it is an epic in itself. Speaking of kids, we have Big Willie, and he does seem to be having a smile on his face. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but he looks a lot happier. Maybe it's what's hanging around his neck. Other than that, we're gonna get right into this film. I hope either you have seen it or you're excited to watch it along. And without any further delay, we're gonna get right into this film, because Captain, we are Ego. Wow, he was very active in this film. Okay, quite a bit of foreshadowing. Huh. Okay, so we have some type of, Christian backdrop to this. Her sin was motherhood. What does that mean? Uh-oh. Yeah, it sort of shows his feeling towards her. Ah, she left the child. And it just so happened to be stolen. What carjacking? What the turn of events? Now, what would they have to do with a baby? How are they gonna figure this out? Oh, that's just unfortunate. Next to the dumpsters. He's so recognizable. I quite enjoyed that he actually looked at us again, directly into the camera, as if we were a voyeur. They reacted. Well, she didn't even have any questions as to, hey, where did this baby come from? Slick guy. It looks like he's going to be relegated towards taking care of this kid. Again, the coincidence, it goes back into the carriage. Oh, come on now, have a heart. Well, how could you ever ignore that plea? Oh, that was so kind of him. Like that was a genuine moment for him to shake his head at the question, is it yours? Just given his social circumstances, it doesn't even look like he's in any position to properly take care of a baby, let alone even himself. Oh, the poor mother's grief, knowing that she made a mistake. Like, there's such a kingship that she cannot just leave the baby. Quite the creative apparatus, considering it's rather unorthodox. They're both entertained by each other. And I was assuming what he was cutting were like diapers. He even cut his own chair to make like a proper toilet. If that's not sacrifice, I don't know what is. John just looks like a mini version of the tramp. Well, the cool thing, it seems as if, John was brought up within the 5 years to be extremely resourceful and independent. Such a caring father he is. You're kidding me. They're just creating work for themselves. Hey, like, come on, he's a kid. Like, I don't know. It's such an interesting, like, their line of work. Well, he got a taste of his own medicine. We're definitely not working together. Quite the comedian. No, he did not. That's the constable's house. To his shock, get up and run. Again, the resourceful kind, but doesn't seem like a job they can do every day. Well, that would be quite interesting to see, like the separation in terms of the social class that the child is living in and now the mother is at. Well, that was rather kind of her. Well, that's the first I've ever seen of that type of, washing up. Interesting that we go back to the word charity, because at the very beginning she comes out of a hospital called Charity Hospital, and now it's seen as a joy, as opposed to, as I said, like a duty. If only she knew who she just gave that to. Isn't that funny? Like, just walking away, her, the reality sinks in. What everybody's joy is in having a child. She does not have one. Not gave the child away, but abandoned, shall we say. Not perfect, not a perfect blanket, but still works. Now that is creative. It becomes low-key a poncho. Well, that's good. I mean, nonetheless, he's being brought up in a proper home, being taught proper, morals, and such. So John looks like he has still a good parental figure. Well, that's not very kind. Quite the bully. You see how confident he was in his ability to win. His brother. Okay, now the tramp has to go in. Oh. Please, John, don't do so well. He's a natural. And then the talent is undeniable. Did you see that power? He just knocked down the constable with one shot. Wow, this guy is a man of steel. Wow. I was gonna say, what was her business around these parts? And, to go up and teach such a lesson, it's quite amazing. Yeah, that's quite the example of the book of Matthew. Oh, this guy probably has a concussion. He was hit how many times with a brick? That's funny that the mom actually found the boy, and, it seems like their fate is intertwined eventually. The doctor does not have any patience. Again, fantastic that they looked at us for that moment. Like, can we vouch for him being the father? Aha, he took the letter. I suppose that letter will go back to the mom and she will see. Country orphan asylum. That's sounds like a horrible place. Why is John being treated like this? Oh, he's supposed to be receiving attention and care, and he's being dragged away. Oh my gosh, could it get to this extent? Again, such a beautiful shot of, him looking at us directly into the camera, and the hurt he must be feeling. Oh, isn't this quite the escape plan? I have to say that is very extremely heartwarming to see the love that they have for each other despite being quote unquote the lower class. Oh, wait till he shows the letter. My son, again. Here we go with the looking. It seems like the audience has, like, there's such a connection between the mom, the tramp, and us. There's this triangle, of adults watching, the care of the child switch. We're placed in that situation to think, is he, fit to, take care of the child? He sees us, he's looking for his pockets for, change. Is he fit, or would the mom be better? Oh my goodness, he's reduced down to his last coins. Everything counts as long as Johnny is safe. Oh boy, I'm sure the tramp could use that reward, but we'll see what happens in the end. That's quite the dilemma. Oh boy, he put two and two together, and he's taking quite the risk. He's just abducting the kid to go to the police. I like that he got to the point where it was so instinctual that he knew, like he could just feel if John was missing. Okay, how is this going to pan out? Like, the mom has an important decision to make. Oh, geez, he's even locked out of his own house. How further down could this guy get? That's why his dreamland is paradise in heaven. Hey, that's cool. That was rather seamless. Oh, her heart is, split. The sin. What a fun sequence. But again, this is, sort of the more allegorical part. I'm assuming like Charlie Chaplin probably has something to say about like sin and its sort of quote unquote, let's say maybe inevitability. I might be wrong. The sort of difficulty it is to stay rather innocent and pure. I'm assuming he's going to be rewarded. Like, forget the $1,000. The fact that, he took care of John for 5 years. Like there will a compensation will be there. Hey, would you look at that? At the end, he was welcomed back, and just look at the constable's demeanor towards him. You know, he has suddenly had a change of heart. Thoughts. Well, this was a rather fantastic film. It is beautifully restored, might I add. But it's there is obviously a religious connotation when the mother sort of exits the hospital. There's that still picture of Christ with the cross, and I suppose all the sort of scenes that take place, the latter dream, and the reference to Matthew about turning the cheek, sort of the impossibility of being a completely righteous person in a very unrighteous world. And even the best of the angels could sort of be tempted. I'm not so sure if that's what he's getting at, but sort of this film also has the analogy of how the last shall be first, if that makes any sense. As in, he was sort of the quote unquote, the worst of his kind. We were invited into his very home, where he had to sort of make makeshift items to even accommodate another person. The toilet, there was no toilet. He had to create a toilet out of a chair, and that also a broken chair. And the type of work that he had to find to earn a living, and how much these small things, how they're so valuable. And like a bed and the whole blanket thing. It's a beautiful film. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more that's happening beyond the surface. There is a point to the film, more than just a beautiful story about a man and a child that's not his, but how he sort of raised this child up as if he was his own. It's a beautiful story of self-sacrifice and unconditional love, which, if I'm not mistaken, it's hitting almost every point in the gospel. I'm not so sure if Charlie Chaplin is Christian by belief, but it's quite fascinating. And for the entire film to have so much of him present, writing, producing, directing, the music, I can only imagine how deeply personal this project is to him. And like it said at the very beginning, the smiles and the tears. It is certainly at certain times it is heartbreaking to see even John, the child, taken away. And again, it's that dilemma we face, right? Is this condition, and is this, nature of the household? Is this the best thing for John? Would it be better for him to go back to his mom? We don't know. And where does that leave, quote unquote, the tramp? We don't know, but it's a fascinating thing to think about. Definitely a fascinating movie to have watched at least maybe once in your life, if not more than once. I'm pretty sure directors would applaud this film and hold it in extremely high regard. And I don't blame them, because Charlie is a talent, and onto his own. He created that he's such an inspiration to so many people, and I can see why. But other than that, let me know if you've seen the film. Do you have any thoughts? Did I get anything wrong? Was I sort of in the wrong direction? Let me know. But other than that, if I can leave you with anything, stay blessed, stay smiling, and if anything, as much as they could enjoy in the company of each other in the scenario and the environment of not a lot, it's a beautiful representation on celluloid. So I'm glad to have be like that we're able to share this film together and watch it together. And until the next time, enjoy cinema.
What's up, you cinephiles? Thank you very much for making it to the very end. Me and Big Willie don't take that for granted. We really appreciate you. Now, if you'd like to show your support to us, you know what you can do up here. You can smash that button, really just smash it. And if you would like to check out some more content, they're all curated by days up over here and playlists. So, you know what? We hope you're having a great day. Don't crumble and just continue to smile and be a good bastion of cinema.